Hi, my name is Jana Mori. I'm in the Career Center at Santa Barbara City College, and I'd like to welcome you to our hiring session with PayJunction. And today we have Sam with us to talk about the opportunities that are available at PayJunction. So take it away, Sam.
Thank you so much, Jana. So as you mentioned, I'm here to give everybody a brief overview of PayJunction and the roles we're hiring for. Specifically in our presentation today, I will be focusing on our open sales position. We do have other positions across different departments, from customer service to engineering to risk and underwriting. These positions kind of pop up sporadically here and there, so you can always check our careers page if you're interested. But as I mentioned, I'm going to focus mainly on the sales position today. So before getting into all of that, I want to just give everybody a brief background on our company. Because here at PayJunction, we were actually founded back in the year 2000. We're a financial software company, and that is a pretty broad amongst term here, the financial software. To get a little more specific in that, and specifically what we handle is the idea of payment processing. So, when you go to your local grocery store or out to dinner and you pay with credit card, you're used to just swiping through those typical credit card terminals. And this is essentially the industry that we're working in here, is this idea of being able to process a credit card payment. Now, rather than just selling those typical clunky credit card terminals that you're used to seeing, we've actually designed a full-on software system to handle this for businesses. So rather than just swiping a card and spitting out a receipt, it's able to do a lot of other functions, such as contact management, a lot of different back office analytics. Oh, sorry about that. Sounds like there's a fire alarm going on outside our apartment right now. Apologies. But anyways, so the software, like I was saying, it's really designed to handle a lot of these back office functionalities for businesses, rather than just simply processing a payment. Now, with that being said, the typical clients that we focus with, they're not going to be these, retail and restaurant environments, but more so your office-based settings that it can really find value in these different features that we've incorporated in the software. So the primary industries that we work with will be the medical industry, automotive industry, other software companies that are accepting payments, and like I said, just more of your traditional office type setting as compared to retail. Now, as I'd mentioned, we are specifically looking to hire for our sales position, as you'll see here in our business development representative. I'll get into some more details of that position as we move along here. But first off, to just get into more of the background on our company and what our ethos and mission really stands for here, you'll see this first bullet point says, we value long-term relationships over short-term profits. This has really been the basis of our company since 2000 when we first started. And it really holds true in this payment industry, as I mentioned, because you'll find that you go out there, you look into reviews on just about any payment processing company, and the thing that stands out is a lot of them are very much so just all they care about is the profits. They're looking at the bottom line and they're burning bridges along the way. For PayJunction, we wanted to start this business with the core model and idea of doing that differently. Sure, we might lose a few $1,000s over the first few years of a relationship, but once that relationship is been going for 10, 15 years, those steady profits, really building that kind of relationship has helped our company thrive for now 21 years and continuously keep growing and improving. That builds into our second point here, building something that lasts longer than us. The three founders of our company, they didn't want to just make this company to get rich real quick and retire after 20 years and sell. The idea is to build a company that will really last for a while and benefit those other businesses around us. Now, the rest of these bullet points here, we're very passionate about our work, inspired by our team. We have a team of still less than 70 employees in our corporate office. So it's a really tight-knit bunch where everybody's opinions, everybody's ideas really have room to grow. And, that really carries over into our product as well. As you can see here, we create products that are really designed for our customers. So there's a lot of back and forth. Anytime a customer has a new feature that they're looking for in the software, try getting that feature put in a massive Fortune 500 company, they'll never even hear you. But with the size of our company and really our goals of trying to benefit the customer as much as possible, we've been able to consistently do that. Now, moving on here, as far as the products, I kind of got into the idea that yes, we do have a payment terminal, where you can typically swipe the card, insert your EMV chip. But like I'd mentioned, what really sets these terminals apart is the fact that they tie in and coordinate back to our software on the back end. This software is where you'll find all of these different functions like the contact management, the recurring billing, the ability to schedule appointments. All of these different functions really help out in these different office type settings that we're approaching. So moving on from there, I want to get into the specific sales role that I mentioned that we're currently hiring for. This would be our entry-level sales position of business development representative. Now, just give you a real quick, minute-long overview of the position. As I said, this is entry-level sales, so it'll be a very phone-heavy and phone-intensive job. Your main objective is to be calling out to prospective businesses all throughout the day, doing a short discovery call, as we call it, where you'll ask them a few questions, find if they are an ideal candidate for using PayJunction service, and then essentially schedule them for a demo presentation and pass them along to our account executives to handle the sale from there. So it's very, essentially taking on the first step of the sales process and generating a large funnel of leads for our additional sales team to come in and close. Now, the skills that we're looking for in this, first thing beyond all is just this desire for continuous learning in the field of sales. We're really looking for people who are just starting out their career. You don't have to have a long background of sales and a rich resume to apply for this position. And we just want somebody who's actively looking to pursue a career and to grow their sales skills with us. Now, having interest in the software or the financial field is obviously a big boost there as well. And as far as some of the skills that really come into play with this position, the biggest thing is going to be your ability to communicate and build rapport with connections. You're going to be talking to business owners, receptionists, office managers from all different industries all across the country. So being able to work with these different types of personalities and build a solid relationship is really key to this position. Now, along with that, as I mentioned, the idea is identifying these high quality leads, as well as generating new leads through outbound calls, emailing. And this is the general aspect of prospecting in sales. And you want to be getting out there and finding the correct businesses and really getting them interested in PayJunction. Now, from the technical side, we do use software such as Salesforce, Outreach, LinkedIn Sales Navigator. These will be the main software tools that you're using in your day-to-day. Now, and also this position, I should mention, it is a full-time position that we're looking to fill. This would involve 40 hours a week, typically working from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., though those hours can fluctuate depending on your schedule. Now, as far as what you have to look forward to in this position, different benefits and such that we have, just to start out with, the actual environment that you'll be in is very, very much so directed towards your personal growth. When you come into PayJunction, you'll work with your direct managers as well as the HR team to set a career pathing goal, really decide where you want to be with the company in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years down the line, and give you each of the metrics and goals that you'll need to be hitting to reach that path. Having that sort of support team internally helping you grow is definitely one of the biggest perks to working here at PayJunction. Now, along with that, there will be industry competitive rates as far as pay and bonuses that go across the board, very standard with entry-level sales in this area. And benefits that are also included will be 100% paid health, dental, and vision insurance, as well as short-term and long-term disability coverage. And other benefits included there is a 6% match in our 401k plan. We also have paid volunteer time, extensive holiday and sick hours. We even now have included things such as volunteer time paid off. We have floating holidays, so you can request your birthday off. Lots of nice little perks along those lines. Now, one of the really big additions that we've made here in the past year is a shift to what we call a flex first work policy. And as you can read in this bullet point here, this essentially just means that you have the ability to both be working from our corporate office here in Santa Barbara, as well as working from home. If you'd like to do 2 days in the office and 3 days at home, any sort of combination therefore, you can make it work. And hey, maybe you're planning on graduating and moving back to the Bay Area, LA, across the country. You know, we still have that ability to work remote, so you can be working from anywhere in the US. Now, lastly here, I did want to also just quickly mention that we were recently listed on Glassdoor's best places to work in the US for their small and medium-sized business category. I believe we ranked 31st in the entire US. So something we like to toot our horns about here. But that basically gives you a good summary of what we're looking for in the BDR position. As I had mentioned, we do have other roles that occasionally open up across different departments. So just keep your eye on our careers page if there's anything that intrigues you on there. Now, if you do have interest in the business development role specifically, best thing I can recommend is just reaching out to myself directly. Again, my name is Sam Delker, and you'll see all my information here on the screen. You can feel free to give me a call or email at any time. But also, I do highly recommend checking out our careers page. If you just simply go to PayJunction.com careers, just go look for jobs on our main homepage. Any way you get there, you'll be able to find every open position. You can simply apply through there, or if you feel like getting in touch with me and talking about it first, please don't hesitate to reach out. But at this point, I think that does conclude the presentation here from the PayJunction end. And if we'd like to, we can now open it up for any questions that you might have.
Oh, so you guys mentioned about like the hours and stuff like that, and schedule flexibility. Like, I don't know how to phrase it specifically. So for example, like me, I go to school still. Like I can do 40 hours. Like that's typically still what I do at my other job. But is there a way to kind of like pick and choose the days that like I'm able to?
So
like,
we don't do any work on the weekends. So it's still, we'd have to work around like a weekday schedule. Yeah, I will tell you, you know, while we don't have any sort of like education requirements for this BDR position, as far as like a college degree, the majority of the applicants that we have hired have already either finished school or aren't enrolled currently, just because of like schedule requirements. But that being said, you know, certainly we're not opposed to like working around your schedule. If, you know, if you needed 2 hours off in the middle of the day for a class, you know, we'd happily, you know, boost that, add it to the end of the shift. It's something we would just have to work with the managers.
Got it. Thank you.
I have one question too while we're still recording, and that is, Sam, are there internships available if students want to apply for them? And if so, what does that involve?
So unfortunately, at the moment, our part-time and our internship roles, due to COVID, since then we've actually disbanded our part-time and our intern roles. There are a lot of internal discussions at the moment about how we might be able to bring back that team, potentially at a smaller size. But for the time being, that's, you know, we don't really have any specific direction there. I would just say to keep an eye on our careers page, and hopefully within the next, I'd say like 3 to 6 months, we will be having positions getting added onto there.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording here.